Hi there, and thank you for joining me as I set up another week in my common planner. Now, if you are new to this channel, I just want to let you know that I have, or my method of work here, is that the blank notes pages that are at the end of the planner, I use them to create a weekly overview. So this just kind of gives me a big scope of the things I want to track and just a smaller weekly reminders of things I want to remember every day. But it's just kind of like a big brainstorming place where I can track tasks that I want to finish and everything without having to put them down on a date and then having to remove them. So that's what I do on my blank pages. On my blank pages, it's like a scope of the week. I definitely go very decorative on these. And then on the pre-printed weekly vertical section, I am very functional. And every day, I just go down the list of what tasks I want to do. So in here, I have some things that I like to pre-write because they're kind of habits that I want to form, and instead of always having to flip for my habits, I like to have them front and center as if they were already a task so I won't miss it. I'm going to set up the weeklies with the habits that I want to implement throughout the week. And what I want to start with, there's going to be a bit of brainstorming, so forgive me if I'm a little slow in answering certain things. There's going to be certain things that I'm going to change from this one onto the next one. So this week I was actually home and I set up the things that are daily tasks differently than how I'm going to set them up for this week because my schedule is going to be a little different. This week we're going to be traveling, so instead of working out from home, I'm going to be working out from a gym. And then just like my work items and house projects are going to switch around a bit. So bear with me as I try to figure out this new schedule. I have been kind of drawing up ideas for it over here on these pages, these weeklies that I didn't use. I've been kind of note-taking how I would like. And also throughout the week in this little section here, I kept notes of those daily things or daily setup that I would like to edit. So that's what that is here. I very much have enjoyed using this line to kind of make it more similar to this section. Like I feel like it kind of ties in my notes pages, even though they're so far apart, the fact that those lines are there. So I think I'm going to keep those borders, and I'm just going to write everything down here. So something that I am going to change is that instead of having my morning checklist on the top, I think I'm going to switch it up with my top thing from the day. Like that, if there is a major event or anything like that would have gone on top of the day, it will just be right underneath it and I won't forget about it or anything. So for my main priority, just so it can look different than my bullet points, I like to make it a little square box. Should I bring you guys lower? Are you guys at a good height? It's like if you could respond to me. Okay, hopefully you can see a little better there. So this is something that's going to go on all of my days. I'm making this checkbox just slightly smaller than the grid box that's already there. Something you will notice too is that these are stickers. So for the month of November, I bought quite a few stickers, including the date ones, and I thought it'd be fun to place them here. These are the Planner Kate stickers. I don't think they're any particular size, they're just like the monthly ones. And I think they look so cute. They're quite different from the originals. So it's nice because I can clearly see like this is a new month, a completely new font. Okay, so we have our daily. And then as a daily habit that I've been trying to implement is to get sunshine early in the morning as soon as I wake up, and then, or as soon as it comes out, and and then the next one is to drink some water. Next to it, I just put the time that I wake up. So as you can notice, most of the days the sun is already out by the time I get up. But it helps me see how bad my sleep schedule has been. Because typically it's not good. Typically it's just terrible. Let's go ahead and keep that same. Oh, I just wrote it in with black pen. Okay, black pen, and then my sun is gonna be with this gray Papermate Flare pen. And something I do recall that I wrote for myself is for me to leave less space between the morning and evening checklist, letter abbreviations. So if you notice here, because I left so much blank space between the dot and the S, my time slot was a little tighter, and I really don't need that much space for just the letters. So I'm gonna, maybe I should do my dots first and then just put in the letters. So that should give me a decent amount of space now to write in my time. I think since we're already here, I know something for sure that I'm not changing is my evening schedule. So in the bottom, I have to drink water or to set up my water. Like that, it can be ready to go in the following morning. So drink and set up my water bottle, refill it. And then the J stands for journaling. So set up water bottle, get ready in bed, journal for a little bit. And then this time, I typically update it the following morning after I've woken up. But that has been working out perfect for me. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that part the same. And just be a little tighter with my abbreviations so I can have more space for my time. I always write slanted. That is just something that I can't avoid for the videos either. So I'm sorry if you keep on seeing it twist and turn all the way around. So this one was done. Okay, next area that I'm going to set up is going to be my work section, because that typically is the first thing I do in the morning. Whoops. So I'm going to leave 6 lines for that. Let me get my ruler, because I do like to have a line differentiating like part of my morning work day and then just the regular day. So for this week, I had written down messages and then revs for reviews. And I'm thinking about just putting M and R so they can be next to my little 3 dots. That is kind of like my timer, making sure I assess everything I have to do for work. So it's gonna look very similar to the top one where you have the S and the W, except it's gonna be M and R. And somehow I don't have a hard time remembering what the letters stand for, since it's something that I work on every day. Like I see them and it just immediately makes sense. Before, what I did used to do was that I would draw like a little doodle, kind of like for my workout one, it's a little dumbbell. Each one of them was a little doodle, and that's how I used to keep track of it. But it was still more time consuming to do a doodle instead of drawing out my letter. So M, R, M, R. This is a little tight. I'm gonna have to probably just leave a little extra space next time. And then with the pencil, I just went ahead and drew 3 circles, again slightly smaller than the grid lines so they can fit within the box. That helps me keep track of making sure I dedicate enough time to all of my tasks. I went really tight thinking the circles would take up more space, but now I know for sure next week I can leave more space in between these since there's enough room. So I have space for tasks or anything else that I need to remember for that day right up early in the morning. and then a little tracker for things I want to make sure I work on for my job. It's easier to see what I'm tracking by looking at the days that haven't been filled up yet. So we've got this one down. We've got our time slots down. We haven't put a spot for exercising yet. And then this little television. I'm really trying, since I have a toddler, and we used to have the bad habit of that as soon as she woke up, I would turn on the TV for her while I prepped breakfast. Well, that just didn't seem like a healthy habit to have, like to be the first thing that you do when you wake up. So instead, I've been trying to push it further and further and further, for us to do other activities together or bring her into the kitchen and having her help me cook, so we won't turn on the TV first thing in the morning. And we've actually been doing quite well, because the only day that we did it super early was like on Monday, and then after that we wouldn't turn it on until after midday. So I'm really happy about that. But it helps to see it so you can actually be on top of it. And this little L stands for lessons. Even though right now she's still pretty small for like focused attention, I am trying to do some lessons primarily on dexterity. So making sure she's practicing using her hands either to draw swirls or circles or dinosaurs or things. Dinosaurs is like one of the main things she likes right now. So I'll grab her hand, make her grab the pencil correctly, and we'll draw and write and try to write letters and things like that. So dexterity of her hand, I've been trying to get at least like 5 minutes. If I get anything from 5 to 10 minutes is my goal. But if I at least get 5, like I still annotate it. Anything less than that, I put none. Another habit that I had here that I didn't write down for the weekend, because I knew we would already be traveling by then, was bed and tidy. So I like to remind myself to make my bed and also to tidy the bedroom a bit. I think these are going to be helpful over here. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer those throughout all of the days. No abbreviations there. I just wanted it to look a little different than the top, and I didn't have anything else to add. Afterwards, I do know, like this time I can't just work out. I need to make sure that both my daughter and I are dressed and ready to go for the day. So I'm wondering if I should put a little dot right before the workout and then put the workout signal. So like that, the little dot will represent like us getting ready to go, and then the workout symbol for me to know that that's the time that I need to go to the gym. Hopefully that still gives me enough space to write in what I focused on that day. Something else that I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to keep track of those little nuances on my new year, but so for example, right here that I worked on my glutes and there's a little check mark next to it, that means that I journaled the workouts that I did and how much weight I was working with. And over here for abs and tries, there's no check mark next to it, so I didn't write down exactly the workout that I did. So that's just how I'm keeping track of it right now, but there has to be like an easier way for me to go back and immediately see like what days that was done. But that's something to figure out for another day. Since I've only got 2 more months in this one, so I'll set it up for my next year planner. I want to leave another additional space for any errands we might run after the gym, because I don't think we'll head directly home. So maybe like 3 little lines in case we want to do something right after. Making more than 3 stops with a toddler is like such a hassle, so I don't think I'll do more than 3. I feel that when you have much younger kids, you don't so much work on a schedule, but you work more on a routine. Maybe a schedule for like wake up and go to sleep hours, but other than that, in between the day is just like all over the place. So after that, I'll probably get home pretty tired, and then we might just watch some TV. This bottom section, the time slots that I have here have been working perfectly for me. So I like to leave three spaces for me to do whatever the heck I want to do in the evening time. So after I'm done with work, after I'm done with chores, you know, after I'm on a, what would you call it? After I am on standby of mom mode, like this is the little me time. And what I've been using it, if you can notice here, is to work on my my YouTube channel, which essentially is just planning. So I very much enjoy just to open the book. Finally, the only thing I want to do is that I want to change, instead of this just saying kitchen tidy, I wanted to say kitchen and living room tidy. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. I like to keep an extra line under my dinner little mark here, just in case if I can't fit the whole meal in one line. So instead of writing tidy kitchen and tidy living room, it's just like tidy KT and tidy LV. I swear, abbreviations when you're working with a tighter space is the go-to. And I have really stuck to using smaller planners for a while now, so I'm so accustomed to not writing a word completely, like chopping off letters, but still keeping enough for me to know what each thing means. So KT for me stands for kitchen, LV for living room. By the way, this is a gray mild liner, but if you're looking to you're also looking to buy like something to check with, I prefer the cool gray one. So this is just gray, but the cool gray is just slightly lighter to where the bubbles aren't so dark, and I very much prefer that one. It came in a little packet that I bought, but I lost it a while back, and I haven't actually searched to see if I can find that specific one, but it was perfect for marking this. This is a little darker for my preference, but it's been working well. But if I could choose, the cool gray is perfect, or at least I very much like it. So we've got that. What am I missing, guys? No, that's it, right? Because then we have the 3 sections in the bottom for whatever I want to do in the evening time. Before we go, let me just go ahead and decorate my border with you all. And there we go. So that's how I like to start off prepping my vertical weekly. Very functional. And then of course, depending on what variations I see for this week, I'll go ahead and make tweaks to it the following one. But this has been like my ideal way of using this common planner for this printed layout. I hope you all enjoyed putting this together with me, and that I gave you a few ideas for you to use on your own planner. Remember, you don't have to have this planner to try this out. You don't even have to have a vertical weekly to try this out. You can try this out on so many different types of spreads and plans. So feel free to give it a try on whatever type of planner you have. And I hope you enjoy planning. I'll see you here on the next one. Bye-bye.